Good morning or good evening all. Today let's understand what is a Hybris, what are the different e-commerce solutions, what is the e-commerce, what are the differences between B2B website and B2C website, then what are the benefits of the e-commerce, what are the drawbacks, and what are the features of e-commerce website or site, and what are the Hybris flavors, and why only Hybris. These are the concepts we will be discussing in today's session. Okay. First thing, what is the Hybris? Hybris is the SAP's product, or Hybris is the SAP's e-commerce solution. We will understand what is the e-commerce. We will understand what is e-commerce, but Hybris is the SAP's e-commerce solution. That's why it is an enterprise multi-channel e-commerce. Hybris is the enterprise multi-channel e-commerce and PCM, product content management software. Product content management software. Okay, we will understand the e-commerce after a few minutes. Let's understand what is the product content management software. Let's take one e-commerce solution or e-commerce site. So the best example is Flipkart or Amazon. Okay, the best example is Amazon. This is the e-commerce site, right? So if you see here, there is a slider. This is called a slider. And whatever you see here, this is called content. Okay, see, look at here. This is a content. This is the content. So therefore, if you take any e-commerce website, you will have the content. Then the next thing is that, let me go to the iPhone 7. Okay, so if I type iPhone 7, then hit enter. So you are getting this iPhone 7, right? This is called product. This is called product. So therefore, if you take any e-commerce website, it will have two things. It will have two things, content and products. Content and products. So therefore, we need to have a software which can manage the content and which can manage the products. Which can manage the products. So Hybris is the one which can manage the product, which can manage the content. That's why we are calling it as it is a PCM, product content management software. Okay. So the next thing is that, so it is also called as e-commerce. We will see e-commerce after a few minutes. Okay. So before that, as I am saying, Hybris is the e-commerce solution from the SAP. Then are there any competitor for Hybris? Yes. Are there any other e-commerce solutions? Yes. Now the question is, what are the different e-commerce solutions, or what are the competitors for Hybris? If you see here, from SAP we have a e-commerce solution called Hybris. From Oracle we have a e-commerce solution called ATG. From open source we have Magento. From IBM we have WebSphere Commerce. Like that we have many e-commerce solutions. And Hybris is one of the e-commerce solution. Now, I just want to give one conclusion. So with this conclusion, you can visualize what kind of things we will be doing in the Hybris. The conclusion is, in Java, you will create the project. And inside this project, you will do the coding. But In case of Hybris, you will create the extensions or you will have the extensions. Inside the extensions, you will write the code. But in Oracle ATG, we have called modules. We have something called modules. Inside the modules, you will write the code. So therefore, if you see here in Java, if you want to write a project, if you want to write some code, you will be doing inside the project, or you create the project and write the code. But in case of Hybris, you create an extension or you will have an extension, there you will write the code. In ATG, you will have modules. Inside the module, you will write the code. Okay, so therefore, in Hybris, whenever I say extension in the coming days, you just visualize that, okay, it's like a Java project. Okay, that's it. Now coming to here, if you see here, Hybris is the e-commerce. Now the question is, what is the e-commerce? What is the e-commerce? Now, if you see here, Amazon is a e-commerce solution or e-commerce website. What exactly we do here? What exactly we do here? We go and buy the products. We go and buy the products, or sometimes we go and sell the products. So therefore, if you see the definition of the e-commerce, buying and selling products and services. Products or services. Okay, products or services by whom? By business or consumer over the internet is called e-commerce. Okay, so if you see here, buying the products or selling the products, okay, and buying the services or selling the services by the consumer or business over the internet is called e-commerce. Now we have different e-commerce categories or classifications. So therefore, what are the e-commerce classifications? There are basically 6 classifications. The first one is B2B, B2C, C2B, C2C, B2A, C2A. These are the 6 classifications of the Hybris. Generally, we focus on first 4, but rest 2 are not that much important. Okay, so first 4 are important. Out of first 4, first 2 are top priority. Next is little bit, and last 2 are, it's not that important. Okay, now coming to this one, first B2B, business to business. What is the B2B e-commerce? What is the B2B e-commerce? If you see here, companies doing the business each other is called B2B e-commerce. Companies doing business each other is called B2B e-commerce. That means, let's say you have Amazon here. Okay, you have Amazon here, and this is like a Verizon. If Amazon is giving some products to Verizon and Verizon is giving some products to Amazon, then there is a company to company communication. In this case, this is called business to business e-commerce, B2B. So the best example for B2B websites are, there is a McMaster, Fastena, Dell. So if you see here, McMaster, so okay, McMaster.com. So yeah, so this is a B2B website. This is a B2B website, and this again, if you see here, in case of B2B, there will be 2 things. First thing is that B2B website, intranet kind of thing, and B2B website, internet kind of thing. Okay, if you see here, whatever you are seeing, it's like an internet B2B solution. So many of them will have an intranet also. Intranet means what? Within the companies only they can access it, not in the public. Within the companies only they will access, not in the public. Okay, so therefore the best example for B2B is McMaster, Fastona, Dell. Now what is the B2C e-commerce? What is the B2C e-commerce? Okay, If you see the Amazon, what Amazon is trying to do here, let me go to the Amazon. Okay, this is Amazon.com. So business is selling their products to whom? To the consumer, to the customer. Business is selling the products to the customer. So therefore, if you see iPhone, okay, so this is a product. Okay, they are selling this product to the customer or consumer directly. There is no person here. If you want this product, you can come here, take it. So therefore, business is selling the products directly to the customer without any person's interaction. If something is happening like that, then it is called B2C e-commerce. So if you see here, so business selling to public without human interaction through software is called B2B, B2C, sorry, is called B2C. So the best example is Flipkart, Amazon, Dell, so on, so on, so. There are many B2C e-commerce solutions. Okay, it's not just one. Now there is a C2B, customer to business or consumer to business. So the best example is elance.com. So the B2C2B website is elance.com. You can just go to the elance.com. Okay, so what you will do in the elance is, so this is the elance.com. Okay, so this is the elance.com. What you will do here is that, okay, so consumer, let's say I have a project. Okay, let's say I have a project. I will post my project online. Then companies will bid the project. Then I means consumer, will review these bids and select the company. So that is called C2B. I'm repeating this again. C2B best example is elance.com. So what exactly happens in the C2B scenario is consumer, that means I assume that I have a project. I want this implemented. So therefore I post the project online, consumer post the project online, companies will bid for that project. There will be different companies will come here and bid that project. Now, so the consumer, that means the customer will review that bids and select the company. So that is what happens in the C2B. The next thing is that C2C. The best example is OLX.com. What we do in the OLX.com, you means customer, simply place some online ads. Then some individuals will come and buy that. So if the scenario is like that, then it is called C2C, customer to customer. So that means what? As a customer, you are just going and placing an order. There will be some other customer who is coming and just taking that product. So therefore, that is called C2C, customer to customer or customer to consumer. Okay. So the next thing is that B2A, business to administration. The best example here is that social security. So what happens here is that all transactions, all transactions will happen online between companies and public. So if you see here, this B2A, C2A, more are related to the public administration. More related to the public administration. So that's why the best example is social security. Okay, so in the C2A, consumer to administration, what happens is that all transactions happens individual to public. That means the best example is education. What is happening in the education? Individual, or best example is taxes. Individual paying the tax for the public. So if something is happening that way, then it is called C2A. Okay, so taxes, healthcare, education, all what is happening in this taxes, education, all these things, the transactions between individual and public. So the transactions happens between individual and public. So if the scenario is like that, then it is called C2A. So these are the different categories or classifications of the e-commerce. Out of that, first two are important, next two are okay, last two are not that much important. So therefore, our focus will be on B2B and B2C. The reason is Hybris provides B2B e-commerce and B2C e-commerce. That means Hybris provides B2B solutions and B2C solutions. Okay. Now let's understand what exactly happens in the B2B website, what exactly happens in the B2C website, or let's understand some of the functionalities in the B2B website and some of the functionalities in B2C website. Remember the conclusion? Hybris provides B2B accelerators or B2B functionality or B2B website, B2C website. Now we need to understand what kind of functionalities will be there in the B2B, what kind of functionalities will be there in the B2C. So these are some beautiful examples or beautiful points. Let's try to understand a little bit more. Okay, so assume that this is what B2C Amazon is what B2C website. Okay, Amazon is B2C website. So as I said, McMaster. Okay, so McMaster is example for B2B. Let me go to the McMaster also. Okay, so this is example for B2B. This is the example for B2B. This is the example for B2C. So the first thing is what kind of customers will use the B2B? Okay, what type of customers can use the B2B and what kind of customers can use the B2C? Okay, let's take the Amazon. So who can buy the products? If you want to buy the product, you can log in and buy the product. You can log in and buy the product. That means logged in users can buy the product. Without login also you can buy the products here. Without login also you can buy the products here. So therefore, in case of B2C, who can do the shopping? A anonymous customer can do, a guest customer can do, a logged in customers can do. So therefore, basically three types of customers will be there in B2C. Same login page only, same login mechanism only. But in case of B2C, there will be three types of customers. Anonymous customers can buy, guest customer and logged in customer. But in case of B2B, there will be only logged in customers. There will be only logged in customers. They will just log in and do it. There will be no anonymous customers here. There will be no anonymous customers here. Okay, so that is the first thing. So who are the customers? If you see the B2C, who is the customers? Let's take the example of Amazon. Amazon, what kind of customers will be there? You will be let's say if you go and buy a product, here, then you will be the customer. So that means what? Individuals are the customers. So therefore, consumer or individuals are the customers in case of B2C. But in case of B2B, companies are the customers. Companies are the customers like sales reps, brokers, all these guys are the customers in case of B2B. Okay, next, who can, okay, so website login. So can I buy the product in the B2C without login? Yes, you can. So therefore, in case of B2C, website login is may or may not required. It's not mandatory. But in case of B2B, if you want to buy the product, you have to log in. You have to log in. Okay. So next thing is that, let's say I want to buy the product here. If I want to buy the product, then first what I need to do, I need to register myself. You cannot directly go and log in, right? So there will be a registration page. There will be a registration page. So therefore, So in the registration page, you will be creating your profile. In the registration page, you will be creating your profile. So therefore, in case of B2C, you create the profile. You create the profile. But in case of B2B, you will not create the profile. Okay. So generally, companies will create the profile, or if they are giving a option for you to create the profile, or if they are giving you to create the login, then they will be asking separate questions for you. They will be asking separate questions for you. But in case of B2C, you can just go and give some details and logged in or unregistered. Okay, so that's how it is. Now, what will be the focus in the B2B? Our focus in the B2B is business. But in case of B2C, it's a personal. Okay, next, can I do 100% e-commerce stuffs using B2B? No, you cannot do. So in the B2B, always there will be some interaction between the business and business. Everything cannot happen over the internet, no. But in case of B2C, everything can be possible through internet. So therefore, in case of B2C, 100% e-commerce is possible. 100% e-commerce is possible. But in case of B2B, it's not like that. Okay, next, demand. So what is the demand? So if you see the demand, let's say if I go here, I type iPhone 5 or iPhone 7. Okay, so I just arrived here. Now I want 1,000 quantity. So if this quantity is available, then only you can take the product. If this quantity is not available, you cannot order the product. So that means what? Demand is what? Direct demand. If it is available, okay, so if it is available, then you can buy. If it is not available, you cannot buy. So direct demand. So in case of B2B, it's a derived demand. So you can specify, okay, I want this much of products. Then they will show when those products can be delivered. They will show when those products will be delivered. Based on that, they will select it. Okay. Now coming to the decision making. In terms of B2B, the decision making is by the group of people. Because it's a company. B2B is business to business. So it's a company to company. Hence, the decision making is always group of people. But in case of B2C, if you want to buy this iPhone, you will just take your own decision and buy it. So therefore, in case of B2C, the decision is single. Okay. Next, so what kind of relationship we expect in the B2B? So B2B, it's always long-term relationship. B2C, it's not long-term. It's like instantly. People are coming, buying the product and going so on so, so on so. Okay. So okay. Next thing is that in case of B2B, we look for the efficiency. In case of B2C, people look for the promotions and the entertainment. This is very much important. So how do you attract B2C customers? By giving the promotions, by giving the entertainment. So how do you attract the B2B customers? By giving the efficiency. Please remember this point. Okay. Next, coming to the brand value. So how do you increase the B2B brand value? So you can increase the brand value by trust only. Trust and mutual relationship. But in case of B2C, how do you create the brand? Let's say you have a Amazon. How did Amazon created the brand? By advertising, by giving the promotions. That's only the way how B2C can create the brand in the market. Okay. Next thing. Okay. Next thing is that so making. Okay. So marketing, this is not making, this is the marketing, I'll correct it. Marketing. So if you see here, so if you want to do the marketing in the B2B, it's more complex. But in case of B2C, marketing is simple. It's just like a sales cycles. You will do one cycle today, so you will get something. Then another cycle, you will get something, and so on, so on, so. So in case of B2B, selling and buying the product is lengthy process. So if it is a B2B, okay, if you want to buy the product, you cannot buy the product directly. So there will be rules and regulations you need to follow. There will be some contracts exchanged between the companies. You need to use those. So there will be a lengthy process there in case of B2B. But in case of B2C, if you want to buy the product, you can't do, if you want to buy sell the product, it's just easy. You come here, add the product to the cart, done. Do the payment, then you are good. So therefore, buying and selling the products is easy in B2C. Okay, next to pricing. The pricing is very much important. If you see here, this is a B2B B2C website. Now I see the price is 47,000 something or close to 48,000. Can you see different this one? No. Can some other guy can see different? No. So therefore, in case of B2C, the pricing is always fixed. But in case of B2B, this pricing differs from customer to customer, region to region, volume depends upon the volume also. Please see this. So when you are implementing these functionalities in the B2B, you need to focus all these things. You need to focus all these things. So therefore, pricing is fixed in B2C, but in case of B2B, it may vary, depends upon the customer, region, volume, and so on, so on, so. Okay. So next, in case of B2B, so the volume or quantity of orders. So if you see here, how many iPhones you will order? Hardly one or two, because it's a B2C. So B2C, the volume of orders or volume of quantity will be less. But in case of B2B, you will have large volume quantities because it's a business, right? Another business is coming to you to ask, or they will be asking, okay, please provide 1,000 iPhones. So therefore, it's a huge volume always in case of B2B. Okay, shipping and logistics. So therefore, in case of B2B, shipping and logistics are required. But in case of B2C, it's a easy shipping because people just order limited quantity. So when there is a limited quantity, you can just ship it on the fly. But here, you need to have separate logistics to do that. Next, taxation and regulations. This is very much important one. In case of B2C, taxations and regulations are, not that impacted. But in case of B2B, there are a lot of tax calculations. Okay, because of the countries, because of the volume, because of the state. So there will be a lot of tax calculations rules. So it is going to have high impact. But B2C tax calculations, it is going to have low impact. Okay, so low impact. Next thing, registration. Next thing is that registration. So therefore, if you see here the registration, okay, can you go and register yourself here? Yes, you can go and register because this is a B2C. But in case of B2B, you cannot go and register directly. So if you want to register directly, there will be two ways. Get the approval from the company, or you entered so many questions, or that site is going to ask you a couple of questions. Based on that questions only you will be able to register. Okay, so therefore the conclusion is registration page. So in case of B2C, you can directly go and register. But in case of B2B, you cannot go and register. You may require prior approvals, or you may require to enter a lot of security questions or some kind of contract agreement such a way that it is going to be proof that you already contacted this company and you have some contract agreements between the companies. So therefore, here some approvals are required. Now, coming to the checkout process. What is the checkout process? Let's say I add the item to the cart. So place the order. Now, if you see here, there is a payment option. This is a checkout process, right? So there is a payment option. So in case of B2C, there will be a direct payment. So if you want this product, you will pay it and take the product. But in case of B2B, it's not direct payment. So the payment may be offline or check or online. So therefore, in case of B2B, there will be PO, purchase order number. So therefore, when they try to do the shopping, they will enter the PO number sometimes. With the PO number, they will be able to finish the transaction. Later, that PO number will be used for billing purpose. So therefore, the conclusion here is in the checkout process for payment, there will be a direct payment here. Hence, you require some kind of payment gateway integrations. Here it's not like that. So you may require some kind of offline or online kind of payments. Okay. Next, coming to the promotions. So if you see here, in case of B2C, let's say you see some promotion here. If you see any promotion here, is it going to vary for me and for you? No. So therefore, so the point here is, so the promotions in B2C always fixed. So if I see some promotion, you will see the same, some other person also will see the same. But in case of B2B, the promotion varies from customer to customer, region, volume, and so on, so on, so on. Next thing is that quotations. So in case of B2C, so here itself you can see the price. So you no need to quotation all these things. So therefore, in the website itself, you will have the quotation. But in case of B2B, you need to have some discussions to get the quotations. Okay. Next. So in case of B2C, there is no salesperson concept. In case of B2C, there is no salesperson concept. But in case of B2B, there will be a salesperson mapped for you. So assume that you are a IBM guy and there is a Amazon guy. Okay, so there will be a salesperson mapped for the customer. So salesperson concept is not there in the B2C. Next, in case of B2C, there will be only one contact person. But in case of B2B, there will be multiple contact persons. In the business to business scenario, there can be multiple persons to talk to. But in case of B2C, there will be a single person to talk. So these are some of the differences between B2B and B2C. So when you are started developing the things, let's say you are working on the registration page. If you are working on the registration page and if it is a B2B, you can directly do that. But in case of B2C, so you will just provide some login page and try to complete it. But in case of B2B, you need to have some different coding to get the approvals or to ask more questions like that. Okay, next to take another example. I'm just giving in terms of coding, in terms of real time. Let's take another example. In case of checkout. Okay, so if it is a B2C, you need to integrate the payment payment gateway mechanisms. But in case of B2C, you need to integrate the payment mechanisms. But in case of B2B, you no need that. You may require to ask the people to enter the PO number or do the offline online checks also on so on. So therefore, in case of B2B, you will have different mechanism for the payment. In case of B2C, you will have different mechanism for payment. Okay, so therefore, based on the B2B website or B2C website, same functionality, you will be doing it in a different way. If it is a B2C, this is how you will be doing this registration. If it is a B2B, you will be doing it a little bit different, even though it is a registration page. Even though same registration page, based on the type of the e-commerce, you will be doing it in different way. Okay, that's about the differences between B2B and B2C. Next one. I don't want to spend much time here because you know all these things. E-commerce benefits. Why e-commerce? Because people can come and buy the products easily. So I no need to spend my time, or you no need to go to the shop. You no need to spend your time to go to Walmart, all these things. So therefore, obviously, so the advantages are it is going to reduce the cost, no labor, no paperwork, no errors, so on, so on. And if I buy this one here, okay, and tonight I'm going to some other place and I want to see what is the status of this, you can see it. So that means it is available worldwide web. It is available over the internet. So that's also a benefit. Okay, so improved market analysis. That's the one thing. Flexibility, efficiency. Okay, new markets. Okay, log the customers. That means they can make the. I mean, you can make the people happy. Like that, plenty of the advantages are there with the e-commerce. Now coming to the drawbacks. The major drawbacks is security issues. So you will be entering the credit card information, all these things. So therefore, people keeps on complaining, saying that okay, oh my credit card is hacked, my login is hacked. So you might have been seen, right? So Ram Gopal Verma mostly says, okay, my Twitter is hacked. Why it is hacked? Because of security reasons. Okay, so therefore I don't want to spend much time here because you already know what are the advantages and disadvantages of the e-commerce. Okay, now I want to touch base some of the things e-commerce features. Let's say if you are developing a site, e-commerce site, what are the different features you need to have? I'm repeating the question again. So this question is very much important. Let's say you are developing a e-commerce website. If it is a B2B or B2C, forget about that now. Now, my goal is if you are trying to develop a website, e-commerce website, what are the different features you generally consider? What are the different features generally you keep in your mind? The first one is search box. If you see here, you take any e-commerce solution, there will be a search box. The first one is search box. Then there will be a registration page. There will be a login page. These are the different features. Please see this. I'm repeating again. Okay. So if you take any e-commerce website, what are the different functionalities you need to focus on? If you are developing a e-commerce website, what are the different features you need to focus on? The first one is search. Second one is login page, registration page. Okay. Then as we discussed previously, content and content is there, products are there. Okay, so if you see here, okay, if you take any e-commerce website, let me take the Amazon also. Amazon here, yeah, Amazon is already open. Let me go back. So if you see here, let me go to the landing page. I just hover here. Okay, now I am getting the product. See. So if I click on this one, I am getting different products. If I click on this one, I am getting different products. And if you look at here, let's go to the Flipkart. So there is a electronics, under electronics all these things are there. There is a appliances, all these are there. There is a men's, all these are there. Women's, all these are there. So therefore electronics is called a catalog. Mobiles, this bold one is there, right? Mobiles, mobile accessories, these are called categories. Under the category you have subcategories like Samsung, Lenovo, all these things. Apple. So once you click on the Apple, then you will get the product. This is called product. Then this product, this is what iPhone. iPhone 6 is there, 7 is there. Those are called 6, 7, those are called variants. Under 6, you will have white color with 6 GB or 8 GB, 16 GB. Those are called variants. Let me show you diagram. Let me show you diagram to understand more. What I'm trying to say is that this electronics, appliances, men's, women's, whatever you see in the top right. whatever you see in the top, those are called catalogs. So therefore, in the e-commerce site, catalogs is very much important. Then under these catalogs, you will have categories. So therefore, mobiles is the category. Okay, mobile accessory is the category. These are all the categories. So therefore, if you see here, these mobiles, mobile accessories, these are all the categories. Under this category, you will have subcategories like Samsung, Lenovo, all these things. Under this subcategory, let's say I click on the Samsung. Then you will get what? Samsung Galaxy J5, Samsung Galaxy J2, like that. So therefore, this J5, J2, those are all called variants. This is a product, this is a variant. Under J5, again there will be 8 GB, 16 GB. Under J2, there is a 8B black is there, white is there. These are the phone, black phone, J2 black phone, J2 white phone, like that. So therefore, this black, white, those are all called sub-variants. This is how you will make the entire products here in the e-commerce. So therefore, search, login, registration, okay, catalogs, categories, subcategories, products, variants, subvariants. These are all the different features in the e-commerce. Then, so you will have promotions. You will have promotions. Then what else? If you look at here, you will go to I click on the product. So you are getting the images. So the quality of the image is also very much important. And you are seeing the zoom. See? So zoom feature is also important. And you are in this product, right? You will see the related products in the down. Related products. So therefore, in the e-commerce, displaying related products is also important. And then what you are trying to do, you are trying to add this item to the cart. So cart is important, payment is important, security is important. These are the different features of the e-commerce. Okay, that is how for those features only you will be doing the code. For those features only you will be doing the code. So let's see the different features. We talked about search box. Okay, quality of the images, whatever images you are displaying, please make sure you should have the quality of those. I explained the products. Okay, next is subscriptions, newsletters, those are also important in the e-commerce site. Then product zoom, just now I shown you product zoom. Next categories I talked about, navigations, this is called navigation. So how you can navigate from product to product. Okay, so then there will be a payment mechanism, there is a security mechanism. Okay, next return policy. What is the meaning of return policy? Let's say you placed one product, they delivered it. After 5 days you don't like it. If you don't like it, you can just go to this website and request for the cancellation. So that's nothing but return policy. So therefore you need to have return policies in the website. I already talked about login, registration, graphics, delivery information. So therefore when they add the item to the cart, where to deliver it? Okay, news, any news, events, reviews. Yeah, reviews is also very much important. If you go to the any product, you will have reviews, right? So you will have reviews. Okay, how many people suggest this one? See, 4.4 rating, reviews. So these many people are reviewed it. Okay, ratings, reviews. These are the different features of the e-commerce. Okay, next. So there will be a live chat. So if you have any confusion, you can talk to the people immediately. So there will be a chat. You can just go and chat it. So we already talked about the products. Then email to a friend. So let's say you have seen this product. Now you just want to send this product information to your friend. So you should give some button, email to friend, email to friend, so that you can very well email this product information to your friend. That's also one of the e-commerce feature. So we talked about cart. Okay, logo, business logo. So every website will have logo. Okay, then there will be promotions, there will be loyalty programs, loyalty points, there is a contact information. So therefore any e-commerce website you will see the contact information. So You can very well mention that, okay, I worked on the contact page. I worked on the contact page. If you see here, go here, just search for contact. See, contact us. So therefore, you can very well mention that, okay, I worked on the contact page, I worked on the cart solution, I worked on live chat, I worked on Zoom option, categories, catalogs, products. These are the different features. So obviously, you will be working for these features only. You will be working to implement these features. You may work on the contact page, you may work on the cart page, you may work on the live chart, you may work for the payment gateway integration, you may work for the written policy. So, so once you join in the company, they will say, okay, hey, you can work on this written policy. Hey, you can work on this contact information. Hey, can you work on the search box functionality? So these are the functionalities. Obviously, you will be working any of these functionalities. Okay. Now, responsive web design. What is the meaning of responsive web design? Whenever you develop a site, let's take the example of Starbucks. Starbucks. Okay, let me go to the website. So if you see here, right now, this is how you see the image. This is how you see the content. Now I am trying to reduce the browser size. Now I am trying to reduce the browser size. See, I'm trying to reduce the browser size. The image size is reducing, the content is reducing. Now content is here, image is here. Let me reduce some more. See, okay, I reduce. Now image is coming here and my content is down. So this is called responsive web design. So that means at any point of time, you will not lose the content, you will not lose anything. So you can see. So therefore, rendering the content, rendering the data, rendering the content, rendering the data as per the browser size is called responsive web design. So therefore, in the responsive web design, at any point of time, you will not lose the content. The content will be rearranged in such a way that whatever may be the browser size, you can see in a effective way. You can see in a effective way. So in e-commerce also, you need to develop a site which would be responsive, which would be responsive. The next one, a loyalty, catalog, products, storefront. Okay, so whatever you see here, this is called storefront. Whatever you see called, some people this is called it as site, but in the e-commerce terminology, this is called a storefront. Okay, storefront, pages, blogs, there will be blogs, pages, customers. Customers means you just logged in, so your information will be maintained, customers, orders, there will be some reports, taxes, calculations, and so on. So the conclusion is, once you join into the company, you will be working for these features only. They will tell you, hey, let's work for the reports. Hey, let's work for the zooming option. Hey, can you work on the cart option? Hey, can you work on the mail to a friend option? These are the different things which you will be working in the real time. Okay. Next thing is that, what are the different flavors of the Hybris? What are the different flavors of the Hybris? We have a Hybris e-commerce flavor, Hybris billing flavor, Hybris marketing flavor, and there is a C4C flavor. If you see here, C4C means cloud for customer. So with the C4C, you will get two things again, products, sales and services. So sales and services both are part of the C4C. So the conclusion is, you will be having four flavors basically: e-commerce flavor, billing flavor, marketing, C4C. With C4C, you will have sales and services. That's about the Hybris product family or Hybris flavors. Now, why only Hybris? This we will be discussing in detail in coming days. But on a just note, you can just quickly understand. So why Hybris? Why only Hybris? It's a leader in the market. If you see, the demand for the Hybris right now a lot. Demand for Hybris is right now a lot. So it's a leader in the market, and it is having cockpits. So we will talk more about the cockpits. So there are a lot of advantages with the cockpits. Because of the cockpits, you can do the back office job easily. What is the meaning of back office job? I'll give you an example. If you see here, these products, okay, let's take the best example here itself. This is the banner. Right now, how many banners are there? Assume that 8 banners are there. Do you think that after 1 hour, you will still see the 8 banners? No need to be. Then, are you writing the code to reduce the banners? No. No. Another example. These products, you can see only next to 49 minutes. After that, you can't see. Are you going to write a program which will replace these products after 49 minutes? No. Okay. So therefore, cockpits are the small softwares. Cockpits are the small softwares which will take care this back office job very easily. That means what? They will just go to the cockpits. They will place the different content. They will place the different banners. They will place the another banner. They will replace the items. All this back office job can be done very easily with the help of cockpits. We will see cockpits in the coming days. And scale up. You can go in a bigger architecture. Go live is faster because the reason is you will be getting in the Hybris something called templates. You will be using the templates, you will be using that extensions, and you will start doing the code. That means by default, bunch of the things you will be getting it. By default, bunch of the things you will be getting it. On top of that only you will write the code, hence time to the market. That means you can deliver the products in a easy way and fastly. Next, catalog management. Just now we discussed, okay? Bundles, attributes, catalogs, so on, so on, so. Okay, go wherever customers go. That means that is the one of the advantage with the Hybris. So it follows the Omni architecture, Omni channel. So what is the Omni channel? I will discuss in the next session. For now, you can just remember Hybris follows the Omni architecture or Omni channel. Okay, so and it is a flexible and it's a famous website for the e-commerce. That's all about the Hybris introduction and why Hybris, what are the flavors, okay, what are the different features, what are the advantages, disadvantages, differences between B2B and B2C, e-commerce classifications or types, what is the e-commerce and what are the e-commerce competitors and what is a Hybris. That's all for today. Thank you for your time. Okay, bye.